11 types of people you should never tolerate. Stoicism. Remember, it is not events themselves that disturb people, but only their judgments about them. Epictetus. We've all encountered those individuals who seem to drain our energy and test our patience. It's not just a personal annoyance, it's a shared experience that can turn a good day sour. While we can't control the actions of others, we can master our reactions. This is where the timeless wisdom of Stoicism steps in, guiding us to maintain our inner peace despite external turmoil. Today on Stoic in Your Life, we delve into an essential topic that could transform your interactions. 11 types of people you should never tolerate, and how a Stoic approach can help us not only endure, but thrive in the face of such challenges. Join us as we uncover practical Stoic techniques to protect ourselves from negativity and build a sanctuary of serenity within. This isn't just about sidestepping toxicity, it's about fortifying your soul with unwavering calm. So, get ready to arm yourself with the power of Stoicism and maintain your values, no matter who you encounter. If you find value in our content, please consider subscribing and watching the entire video to fully grasp today's powerful insights. Let's embark on this journey together. One, dealing with critics. In our journey through life, we often encounter individuals who seem determined to find fault in everything we do. These critics can be a significant drain on our mental and emotional resources. Yet, through the lens of Stoicism, we can learn to navigate these interactions with grace and fortitude. By understanding how to manage critics effectively, we not only protect our inner peace, but also strengthen our character. Let's go. We all know someone like this. Those individuals who seem to have a knack for finding fault in nearly everything around them. Whether it's your work, your choices, or even your successes, they rarely miss an opportunity to point out what could have been better. It seems like they don't have anything positive to say, and this constant negativity can really start to weigh on you, often diminishing how you view your own achievements. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is where Stoicism offers us a valuable perspective. Stoicism teaches us the importance of differentiating between what we can control and what we cannot. The opinions of others, especially critics, fall into the category of things we cannot control. What we can control, however, is our reaction to these opinions. Stoicism urges us not to be swayed by external opinions that do not contribute positively to our growth. Instead, we should maintain our inner harmony and not let such negativity disrupt our peace of mind. It's important to recognize that there is a difference between constructive feedback, which is meant to help us improve, and needless criticism that serves no purpose other than to discourage. Constructive feedback is usually delivered with respect and comes from a place of wanting to see improvements. Endless criticism, on the other hand, often lacks a foundation in genuine concern and can be delivered in a way that is harsh and demoralizing. As Seneca wisely noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is, poor." This implies that critics often project their insecurities and desires onto others, revealing more about their inner state than the actual value of their critiques. So how do we deal with the critic in a Stoic way? It begins with understanding that their criticisms say more about them than they do about us. It's about maintaining our composure and choosing not to let their words affect our self-esteem. We can listen because sometimes even the harshest critics might point out something useful, but we do not have to internalize everything they say. We should sift through their words, take what is useful, and discard what is not. By doing this, we practice one of the core tenets of Stoicism, focusing only on what is within our power to change, which is our thoughts and our actions, not other people's opinions. In embracing this approach, not only do we shield ourselves from unnecessary negativity, but we also cultivate a stronger, more resilient character that stands steadfast in the face of any criticism. knowing that our worth is defined by our virtues and our actions, not by the often unfounded criticisms of others. In modern life, this practice is particularly relevant as we navigate social media, workplace dynamics, and personal relationships where criticism can come from all directions. By adhering to Stoic principles, we can maintain a balanced perspective, prioritize our inner tranquility, and continue to grow without being hindered by the negativity of others. Furthermore, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This encapsulates the Stoic ideal of rising above petty criticisms and focusing on our own path of virtue and self-improvement. By internalizing this wisdom, we not only protect our peace of mind but also set an example of integrity and strength for those around us. As we continue to practice this mindful approach to handling critics, we will find that our ability to remain calm and centered in the face of adversity significantly enhances our overall well-being and success. Ultimately, dealing with critics is about cultivating an inner resilience that allows us to stay true to our values and goals. It's about recognizing that our self-worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by our own actions and principles. This Stoic mindset empowers us to live more authentically and with greater confidence, unshaken by the external noise that often surrounds us. So, the next time you encounter a critic, remember the wisdom of the Stoics and choose to respond with calmness, clarity, and an unwavering commitment to your personal growth and happiness. 2. Dealing with drama magnet. We've all encountered individuals who seem to be magnets for drama. These people don't just attract chaos, they thrive on it, dragging everyone around them into their whirlwind of issues. Their lives are a series of continuous crises, each more dramatic than the last. Being around them feels like standing in the eye of a storm, constantly dodging the emotional debris they hurl in every direction. This can be exhausting and distracting, diverting your energy from your own priorities and inner peace. A Stoic approach provides a powerful framework for dealing with such individuals. Stoicism, rooted in practical wisdom, emphasizes the importance of maintaining a calm and balanced mind, regardless of external circumstances. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca teach us the value of equanimity, the art of staying composed and serene amidst the chaos of the world. They urge us to protect our inner tranquility, because once disturbed, it can be challenging to restore. When dealing with drama magnets, it is crucial to remain calm and detached. This does not mean being indifferent or uncaring. Instead, it means understanding that getting sucked into someone else's drama doesn't help them and certainly harms us. It's about recognizing when a situation is not our battle to fight and when our intervention would only add to the chaos. By keeping a clear boundary between their turmoil and our peace, we safeguard our emotional stability, which is too precious to compromise. Practically speaking, how can you keep your calm around a drama magnet? Start by observing and recognizing the patterns in their behavior. Notice how interactions with them often escalate into heightened emotions or unnecessary conflict. Prepare yourself mentally before engaging with them. Keep interactions brief and focused, steering clear of topics likely to lead to drama. If you find yourself drawn into a dramatic situation, remind yourself of the Stoic principle. While we can't control the situation, we can control our response. Aim to respond with calmness and rationality, not emotion. In addition to calmness, Stoicism teaches us about the power of choice. In every interaction with a drama magnet, you have the choice to engage or step back. Each choice has its consequences, so choose the path that leads to peace rather than further disturbance. This approach not only helps in dealing with challenging personalities, but also enhances your overall ability to navigate life's unpredictability with grace and composure. Let me share a story that brings this principle to life. A friend of mine, let's call him John, had a colleague who was a classic drama magnet. Every day brought a new crisis, and John often found himself caught in the crossfire, trying to mediate and manage the fallout. It was affecting his work and his mental health. John decided to apply Stoic principles. He began by observing his colleagues' behavior and noticing the patterns. He then set boundaries, keeping their interactions professional and brief. When his colleague tried to draw him into drama, John would calmly state that he could not engage at the moment and would redirect the conversation to work-related matters. Over time, John found that not only did his colleague's drama affect him less, but his overall sense of peace and productivity improved significantly. Reflecting on this, ask yourself, are there people in your life who bring unnecessary drama? How might you apply Stoic principles to protect your peace while still being compassionate and kind? Can you set boundaries that allow you to maintain your tranquility while interacting with them? Dealing with drama magnets requires a blend of calmness, detachment, and the power of choice. By recognizing patterns, setting boundaries, and choosing how to engage, we protect our emotional stability and ensure that our focus remains on our own growth and peace. The key lesson here is that our inner tranquility is a treasure that must be guarded jealously. By applying Stoic wisdom, we can navigate life's storms without being swept away, maintaining a serene and resilient mind amidst the chaos. 3. Dealing with manipulators. Dealing with manipulators requires vigilance and resilience, as these individuals excel in subtly twisting reality to suit their needs. Manipulators exploit your kindness, generosity, and empathy, often leaving you feeling used, drained, or deceived. The frustration that comes from realizing your good nature has been exploited is a common experience. But how can we protect ourselves from such individuals? Stoicism offers a powerful framework for both protection and response. Consider the teachings of Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This encapsulates the Stoic approach to dealing with manipulators. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of wisdom and self-control, two crucial tools in identifying and responding to manipulation. Wisdom allows us to see situations clearly, discerning the true nature of someone's actions and recognizing when their requests are self-serving. Have you ever found yourself doubting someone's intentions because their actions didn't quite match their words? That's wisdom nudging you to pay closer attention. Self-control is equally essential. Manipulators often provoke strong emotional reactions to sway your decisions. They play on guilt, fear, sympathy, or even love to make you act against your better judgment. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." By maintaining emotional neutrality, you prevent your buttons from being pushed and can see the manipulator's intentions more clearly. This emotional control enables you to respond with rationality rather than impulsively. Justice, another Stoic virtue, involves treating others fairly and expecting the same in return. Recognizing manipulation is a signal that fairness and respect are absent in the relationship. Keeping your distance from manipulators is not just self-protection, but a stand for justice in your interactions. It communicates that deceitful tactics are neither effective nor welcome. Assertiveness is a practical strategy to fend off manipulators. Be clear about your boundaries and enforce them consistently. When you confidently communicate your limits, manipulators find it harder to exploit you. Keeping interactions factual and free of unnecessary personal information also minimizes their leverage. Imagine you're in a conversation where you feel your boundaries being tested. How would you assert yourself? Perhaps by calmly stating, "I prefer to keep this topic professional," or "I need more time to think about your request." This direct approach leaves little room for manipulation. Embracing these Stoic principles not only helps in dealing with manipulators, but also strengthens your character and enhances your relationships. By applying wisdom, self-control, and justice, you shield yourself from manipulation and foster healthier, more genuine connections. Remember Seneca's words, "As is a tale, so is life." Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Quality interactions based on mutual respect and transparency are far more valuable than numerous superficial ones. In dealing with manipulators, it's essential to reflect on your experiences and learn from them. What patterns of behavior did you notice? How did you feel during and after interactions with the manipulator? Use these reflections to refine your approach and protect yourself better in the future. Engaging in regular self-reflection aligns with the Stoic practice of daily self-examination, helping you grow more resilient and perceptive over time. Stoicism also encourages us to seek the company of virtuous individuals who uplift and inspire us. Surrounding yourself with people who embody honesty, integrity, and respect creates a supportive environment that makes it easier to spot and avoid manipulators. As Epictetus advised, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. By integrating these Stoic principles into your life, you not only protect yourself from manipulation but also cultivate a community of trust and respect. This approach not only shields you from harm, but also enriches your life with meaningful, supportive relationships. So the next time you encounter a manipulator, remember the wisdom of the Stoics and stand firm in your values. Your well-being and peace of mind are worth it. Thank you for being in this video. Now, let's explore the next types of people you shouldn't tolerate from a Stoic perspective. Have you ever encountered these types of people? Please share your story or thoughts below in the comments section. If you don't know what to write, comment, "I'm learning to live stronger." 4. Dealing with people who break their promises. Have you ever been let down by someone who promised the world but delivered nothing? We've all encountered those who brim with enthusiasm initially, only to vanish when their commitment is needed most. These are the individuals who start with a burst of enthusiasm, captivating us with their infectious energy when a new project or plan is initiated. They often seem like the perfect partner, someone whose excitement can light up any room. However, as time passes, a frustrating pattern emerges. They fail to follow through on their commitments. Just when you need them the most, they are conspicuously absent, leaving you to pick up the pieces. This can be particularly aggravating, especially when you've rearranged your schedule or declined other opportunities, believing in their promises. Stoic principles offer profound insights in such scenarios. A cornerstone of Stoicism is personal virtue, and one of the highest virtues is reliability, being true to your word. For Stoics, a person's word is a direct reflection of their character. Keeping your commitments is not merely about fulfilling obligations, it is about embodying integrity and trustworthiness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Handling habitual promise breakers requires a nuanced approach. It's crucial to recognize that while anyone can occasionally miss an appointment or need to change plans due to unforeseen circumstances, chronic unreliability often stems from deeper issues. Such individuals might not fully grasp the impact of their behavior on others. Here, the Stoic practice of empathy and understanding becomes invaluable. Strive to comprehend the reasons behind their flakiness. It could be overcommitment, poor time management, or even underlying fears of inadequacy that prevent them from following through. However, understanding should not translate into tolerating perpetual disappointment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control. You cannot control someone else's actions, but you can control your reactions and how much you allow their actions to affect you. If someone repeatedly fails to meet their commitments, it might be wise to lower your expectations and depend less on them. This isn't about harboring resentment or seeking revenge. It's about safeguarding your peace of mind and investing your energies in more dependable relationships. As Epictetus wisely noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Valuing those who honor their commitments as the Stoics value virtue means actively choosing to spend more time with people who are reliable and trustworthy. Recognize and cherish the individuals in your life who consistently show up as promised. These relationships are the bedrock of trust, forming a foundation for deeper, more meaningful connections. When interacting with a habitual flake, consider gently addressing the impact of their behavior. A Stoic would approach this conversation with calm and clarity, not as a confrontation, but as a dialogue for mutual growth. Explain how their unreliability affects you, and offer suggestions for improvement. Often, a little awareness can prompt significant change. In the modern hustle, our time and energy are precious commodities. We must be discerning about whom we invest these resources in. Aligning our relationships with Stoic values ensures that we surround ourselves with individuals who uplift us rather than drain us. This discernment is not just about avoiding frustration, it's about fostering a life of virtue and tranquility. As Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Therefore, in managing relationships with those who break their promises, apply the wisdom of Stoicism. Balance empathy with boundaries. Control your reactions. Value reliability. And communicate with clarity. These steps not only protect your peace but also cultivate a circle of trust and integrity around you, enriching your life with dependable and meaningful connections. 5. Dealing with people who view themselves as victims. When dealing with people who view themselves as perpetual victims, it is crucial to understand the toll this can take on your own emotional well-being. These individuals often see themselves as the epicenter of every misfortune, constantly narrating tales where they are the aggrieved party, never at fault, and always suffering more than others. This mindset can be draining, especially when every conversation revolves around their grievances and how the world is seemingly aligned against them. Stoicism provides a valuable framework for managing such interactions by balancing empathy with self-preservation. Stoicism teaches us to empathize with others' struggles, but it also emphasizes the importance of protecting our emotional health. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wisely noted that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. This principle is particularly relevant when dealing with someone who constantly plays the victim. It's essential to recognize when your empathy is turning into an emotional burden. Offering support is crucial, but it's equally vital to set boundaries that prevent you from being sucked into a never-ending cycle of negativity. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being cold or dismissive. Instead, it's about maintaining a healthy distance that prevents their outlook from overshadowing your own perspectives and emotional state. A Stoic approach involves gently encouraging the victim to recognize their agency in changing their circumstances or reactions. This approach is not about dismissing their feelings, but about helping them realize their capacity for resilience and change, core tenets of Stoic philosophy. Imagine you have a colleague who always complains about their workload, feeling perpetually overwhelmed and unfairly treated. Every conversation with them becomes a session of listening to their grievances. As a Stoic, your goal should be to listen with compassion, but also to guide them towards seeing how they might improve their situation. You might say, "I understand how tough things are right now. Have you considered talking to our manager about adjusting your workload, or maybe trying a different approach to manage your tasks?" This way, you're offering support while also encouraging them to take responsibility for their circumstances. Stoicism also teaches us to maintain our internal tranquility and rational thinking, focusing on what we can control, which includes our perspective and emotional responses. When the victim starts their familiar complaints, remind yourself that while you can offer support, you are not responsible for changing their view of the world. You can listen, provide advice when appropriate, and then step back to maintain your peace of mind. Balancing compassion with self-preservation is crucial not just in dealing with the perpetual victim, but in all relationships. This balance ensures that you give others the empathy they deserve without compromising your emotional stability. By fostering this equilibrium, you can be a supportive friend or colleague without losing yourself in someone else's narrative of misfortune. Let's take a modern example. A friend who constantly complains about their relationship, feeling victimized by their partner's actions. Every conversation becomes a monologue of how they've been wronged. As a Stoic, listen empathetically, but also encourage them to see their role in the relationship dynamics. You might ask, have you considered discussing these issues directly with your partner? What changes can you make in how you communicate your needs? By doing so, you're helping them recognize their power to influence their situation while maintaining your emotional boundaries. Stoicism reminds us that our reactions and attitudes are within our control. We can choose to engage with others' negativity or protect our mental space by setting clear, healthy boundaries. When faced with someone who views themselves as a victim, practice Stoicism by listening with empathy, offering constructive advice, and then stepping back to preserve your peace. This approach ensures you remain supportive without being overwhelmed by their negative outlook. When dealing with perpetual victims requires a delicate balance of empathy and self-preservation, Stoicism provides the tools to navigate these interactions effectively. By setting boundaries, encouraging personal agency, and maintaining your emotional well-being, you can offer support without being drawn into their cycle of negativity. Remember, while it's important to be compassionate, it's equally crucial to protect your own peace of mind. By doing so, you'll be able to help others more effectively without compromising your own emotional stability. How do you currently handle such interactions, and what steps can you take to apply these Stoic principles in your life? 6. Dealing with prideful people. Let's delve into the 6th type of person you should never tolerate: the prideful individual. These people carry themselves with an air of superiority, often looking down on others as if they hold a higher status. They believe they are better than everyone else and aren't shy about showing it, whether through dismissive comments, condescending advice, or simply an attitude that subtly, or not so subtly, places others beneath them. This behavior can be quite off-putting, creating an atmosphere of discomfort and even resentment. From a Stoic perspective, this kind of superiority is misguided. Stoicism teaches us that true superiority isn't about social status, financial wealth, or academic accolades. It comes from living a life of virtue and ethical integrity. The Stoics believe that the best measure of a person's worth is their character, their ability to act with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, regardless of their external circumstances. In this view, belittling others is actually a sign of weakness, not strength. It shows a lack of the very virtues that define true greatness. When encountering the prideful, Stoicism offers a grounding perspective. It encourages us not to be disturbed by their arrogance, but to remain focused on cultivating our own virtues. Remember, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent, as Eleanor Roosevelt wisely put it, which aligns closely with Stoic principles. Your self-worth comes from within, based on your own efforts to live rightly, not from how others perceive or treat you. Furthermore, when dealing with the prideful, it can be helpful to practice empathy, another Stoic value. Often, such superiority complexes stem from insecurities or past experiences where perhaps they felt undervalued themselves. Understanding this doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you respond with calmness and compassion rather than defensiveness or anger. By doing so, you uphold your dignity and stay true to Stoic teachings, which value rational responses over emotional reactions. Think about it. How often have you felt superior only to realize it stemmed from your own insecurities? In your interactions, strive to exemplify the virtues you value. This not only sets a positive example, but also creates a contrast to their behavior that can sometimes lead them to self-reflection. If the prideful person's behavior becomes too detrimental to your peace of mind, remember that Stoicism also teaches us the importance of choosing our associations wisely. It's entirely within your rights and good judgment to distance yourself from those who consistently undermine the well-being of others through their arrogance. By embodying the true Stoic definition of superiority, which champions virtue over vanity, you reinforce the idea that real strength lies in character, not in a perceived hierarchy. This not only benefits your personal growth, but can also subtly influence those around you to reconsider their own attitudes and behaviors. How can you incorporate these Stoic principles into your daily life to better deal with prideful individuals? Reflect on this as you navigate your interactions and strive for a life led by virtue. What can we do when faced with prideful people in our daily lives? First, recognize that their behavior often stems from their insecurities. By understanding this, we can approach them with empathy rather than frustration. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Instead of stooping to their level, elevate your response through calm and composed behavior. Another aspect to consider is the value of self-reflection. Ask yourself, how do I react to prideful behavior? Your response can be a mirror to your own growth. If you find yourself easily agitated or defensive, it may be a sign to deepen your practice of Stoic virtues. Can you remain calm and collected, seeing their arrogance as an opportunity to practice patience and resilience? When engaging with prideful individuals, it's crucial to set boundaries. This doesn't mean cutting people off entirely, but rather protecting your own peace of mind. Seneca wisely advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Evaluate your relationships and consider whether certain interactions are worth your time and energy. Are there ways to limit your exposure to negativity while still maintaining necessary connections? Reflect on the role of gratitude in dealing with prideful people. Every challenging interaction is a chance to appreciate your own journey towards humility and virtue. How can you express gratitude for the lessons these individuals unknowingly provide? By focusing on your own growth, you can transform negative experiences into opportunities for personal development. If you've made it this far, you're truly dedicated to embracing Stoic wisdom. Drop a comment saying, "I stand stronger," to show you're committed to building a resilient life. Stay with us. The journey is just beginning. 7. Deal with jealousy. Have you ever felt a chill in the air when sharing your successes with someone, sensing their hidden resentment rather than shared joy? As we navigate through life, certain types of individuals can drain our energy and disrupt our peace. One such type is the jealous person. Now let's explore how Stoic philosophy can guide us in recognizing, understanding, and dealing with envy, ensuring we maintain our equilibrium and continue on our path of self-improvement. Jealousy, often unspoken yet palpable, can manifest in subtle coolness or negative remarks that hint at someone's discomfort with your achievements. It's not merely about them wanting what you have. It often reflects a deeper unease with seeing others succeed. Stoicism offers profound insights on dealing with this emotion, whether it arises within us or from others. The Stoics teach us to cultivate contentment with our own lives and to focus on our unique paths, rather than falling into the trap of comparison. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This quote underscores the Stoic belief in the power of our mindset and perspective. When encountering envy, it's essential to remember that these feelings often stem from the other person's internal struggles rather than any genuine assessment of your worth or success. Stoicism encourages us to empathize with the envious, recognizing their discomfort as a reflection of their insecurities or personal challenges. This perspective allows us to respond with kindness and patience, rather than resentment or anger, as Seneca suggested. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he is not. However, empathy doesn't mean allowing negativity to undermine your well-being. While understanding their pain, it's crucial to protect your peace of mind. If someone's envy consistently brings negativity into your life, it might be necessary to set boundaries. This is not about harshly cutting people out, but about maintaining emotional health. Epictetus advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This highlights the Stoic emphasis on our responses over external events. To shield yourself from the harmful effects of envy, Foster an appreciation for your journey with its unique trials and triumphs. This self-contentment lessens the impact of envy, both in experiencing it and being its target. By focusing on personal virtue and progress, rather than seeking external validation, you build resilience against the destabilizing effects of jealousy. As Epictetus stated, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In dealing with the envious, exemplify Stoic contentment and compassion. Demonstrate through your behavior that true happiness stems from within and remains unaffected by others' successes. This approach can subtly influence their perspective, potentially inspiring them to embrace a more stoic and fulfilled way of life. Your actions, driven by inner peace and virtue, not only safeguard your emotional state but also positively impact those around you. By embodying Stoic principles, you contribute to a more harmonious environment, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Reflect on this wisdom as you navigate relationships, understanding that jealousy often masks deeper struggles. By maintaining empathy and setting healthy boundaries, you protect your peace and encourage others towards a path of self-improvement. Embrace the Stoic ethos of focusing on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and responses, and let go of what you cannot. This practice will fortify you against the negativity of envy and help you lead a life of contentment and virtue, inspiring others to do the same. As Marcus Aurelius eloquently put it, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Let your example be a beacon of Stoic strength and serenity. 8. Dealing with people who like to gossip. Gossipers thrive on the currency of rumors, relishing in the sharing of information that is often neither confirmed nor benign. They seem to find a peculiar joy in stirring trouble, watching the ripples of their words spread through social groups or workplaces. What might start as a seemingly harmless chat can quickly spiral into situations where reputations are damaged, feelings are hurt, and trust is eroded. Think about the last time you heard a rumor about someone you know. How did it affect your perception of them? How did it impact your relationship? This is the insidious nature of gossip. It infiltrates and corrodes from within. Stoicism, a philosophy grounded in principles of virtue, offers a compelling antidote to the culture of gossip. Stoics place a high value on truth and discretion, principles that stand in stark contrast to the nature of gossip. They teach us to be mindful of our speech and to consider the impact our words have on others. According to Stoic principles, every piece of information we pass on should ideally pass the threefold test. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If our remarks do not meet these criteria, they're likely better left unsaid. This simple yet profound guideline can transform the way we communicate and interact with others. Engaging in gossip not only harms those about whom the gossip is spread, but it also diminishes our own character and personal integrity. Stoicism teaches that our character is determined by our actions and choices. When we choose to spread rumors or engage in the discussion of unfounded information, we align ourselves with dishonesty and harm, moving away from the Stoic ideal of living a virtuous life. Reflect on this. Every time we gossip, we contribute to a cycle of negativity and falsehood that ultimately undermines our own moral standing. Moreover, gossip can lead to a toxic environment, whether at work, in social circles, or even within families. It creates divisions and mistrust among individuals who might otherwise cooperate and support one another. For Stoics, the health of the community and the relationships within it are of paramount importance. They advocate for harmony and mutual respect, recognizing that a strong community can support the moral and personal growth of each individual. Imagine a workplace where gossip is rampant. How productive and supportive do you think such an environment can be? Contrast this with a workplace where trust and respect are prioritized, where people uplift rather than undermine each other. The difference is stark and speaks to the power of Stoic principles in fostering a positive community. When faced with gossip, A Stoic would advise us to either steer the conversation towards more positive or factual topics or to politely remove ourselves from the situation. This not only prevents the potential harm that gossip can cause, but also sets a standard for others. By not participating in gossip, you reflect the Stoic values of integrity and truthfulness, potentially inspiring others to reconsider their own engagement in such discussions. This act of quiet resistance can ripple outwards, encouraging a broader culture of honesty and respect. Consider a modern-day scenario. You're at a social gathering, and someone starts talking about a colleague's recent personal troubles. Instead of joining in, you could say, "I hope they're doing okay. Maybe we should reach out to see if they need support." By redirecting the conversation towards empathy and action rather than idle speculation, you not only uphold Stoic principles but also promote a more supportive and compassionate community. The next time you find yourself in a situation where gossip is unfolding, ask yourself, what do I gain from participating in this? How does it serve my values and the values of those around me? These questions can help ground you in the moment and remind you of the bigger picture. Remember, the strength of our character is reflected in the choices we make, especially when it comes to how we speak about others. The Stoic approach to dealing with gossip is clear. Avoid it, redirect it, and strive for truth, necessity, and kindness in all your communications. By doing so, you protect not only the reputations of others but also your own integrity. You contribute to a culture of trust and respect, fostering environments where everyone can thrive. The lesson here is straightforward yet powerful. Speak with intention, act with virtue, and always be mindful of the impact your words have on the world around you. 9. Dealing with controlling people. Have you ever encountered someone who tries to control every aspect of your life, dictating how things should be done and leaving little room for your own opinions or desires? This kind of person, often known as a control freak, believes they possess the only correct way to manage everything, whether in a work environment, within friendships, or among family dynamics. Their need to direct every detail can be overwhelming, making you feel like your voice is constantly being drowned out or completely ignored. This behavior can create a stifling atmosphere where your autonomy is continuously undermined. In such situations, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can be incredibly enlightening. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the distinction between what is within our control and what isn't. According to the Stoics, the most vital control we have is over our own thoughts and actions. External factors, including the behavior of a control freak, are beyond our direct influence. Recognizing this truth is liberating. It allows us to detach from the frustration of trying to change someone who is adamant about controlling everything. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely noted, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When faced with a control freak, asserting your independence involves calmly but firmly reasserting your boundaries. Communicate your needs and limits clearly, and don't be afraid to stand firm when these boundaries are challenged. It's crucial to be articulate about what you are and aren't willing to compromise on. While you might not be able to alter the other person's behavior, you have the power to control how you respond to it. Choose not to subject yourself to unnecessary control more than absolutely necessary. Additionally, Stoicism teaches us to avoid impulsive reactions to external pressures and instead to respond with reasoned choices. When interacting with a control freak, strive to maintain a composed demeanor. This doesn't mean being passive. Rather, it involves responding in a way that is thoughtful and reflective of your values. Instead of engaging in a power struggle or reacting with frustration, a Stoic approach would be to express your perspective calmly and logically. Make it clear that while you respect their viewpoint, you also expect mutual respect in return. By practicing these principles, you protect your own mental and emotional well-being and foster a sense of respect and understanding in your relationships. Even a control freak, when consistently confronted with calm assertiveness and clear boundaries, may begin to see the value of compromise and mutual respect. This approach aligns with the Stoic ideal of living according to reason and virtue, promoting not only personal tranquility but also healthier, more balanced interactions with others. Marcus Aurelius, another prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This quote underscores the essence of dealing with controlling people. While you cannot change their need for control, you can strengthen your mind to remain unaffected by it. This strength allows you to navigate through their controlling tendencies without losing your sense of self. Consider a scenario at work where a colleague consistently tries to micromanage your tasks. Instead of feeling frustrated or helpless, recognize that their behavior is beyond your control. What you can control is your response. Politely but firmly communicate your willingness to handle your responsibilities independently, emphasizing your capability and the importance of trust in professional relationships. This approach not only preserves your autonomy, but also encourages a healthier working environment. In personal relationships, such as with family or friends, the dynamic can be more emotionally charged. Here, the practice of setting boundaries becomes even more crucial. For instance, if a family member insists on dictating how you should live your life, calmly assert your right to make your own decisions. Share your thoughts and feelings openly, and make it clear that while you value their input, the final decision rests with you. This respectful yet firm stance helps maintain harmony while preserving your independence. Stoicism also teaches us the importance of internalizing our locus of control. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, reactions, and actions, we become less affected by the controlling behaviors of others. This internal focus fosters resilience and emotional strength, enabling us to remain centered even in challenging interactions. Reflecting on these principles, ask yourself, how can you apply Stoic wisdom to your own experiences with controlling people? What steps can you take to assert your boundaries while maintaining a calm and respectful demeanor? How can focusing on your own responses help you navigate such interactions more effectively? By pondering these questions, you not only deepen your understanding of Stoic philosophy, but also equip yourself with practical tools to handle controlling people in your life. Remember, the goal is not to change them, but to master your own reactions and maintain your inner peace. As Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, said, "He who is brave is free." Embrace the courage to stand your ground, and you will find freedom from the suffocating influence of control freaks. Dealing with controlling people is a challenge that many of us face. However, by applying the principles of Stoicism, understanding what is within our control, asserting our boundaries calmly, and focusing on our own responses, we can navigate these interactions with grace and resilience. This approach not only protects our well-being, but also promotes healthier, more respectful relationships. So, the next time you encounter a control freak, remember the wisdom of the Stoics and choose to respond with reason, assertiveness, and inner strength. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of our community. Please feel free to share your story or personal impressions. Alternatively, if you're unsure of what to say, simply leave a comment saying, "I am a newbie," if you've just joined us, or "I am Stoic," if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also serves as a significant motivation for us. All right, let's continue this journey together, shall we? 10. Dealing with pessimists. In a world brimming with constant changes and challenges, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a guiding light for men navigating the complexities of modern life. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, as Marcus Aurelius famously stated, encapsulating the Stoic approach to life's obstacles. Pessimists have a unique ability to see the downside in every situation, no matter how positive or promising it may seem to everyone else. Their constant negativity isn't just a personal outlook. It can spread like a cloud over any gathering or conversation, often draining the energy of those around them. dealing with a continuous stream of pessimism can be not only exhausting, but also demoralizing, as it may begin to tint your own view of situations with doubt and cynicism. Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining a serene mind, untouched by external negativity. By focusing on our internal state and nurturing virtues such as patience and resilience, we can counteract the pessimistic influence and maintain a balanced perspective. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not about ignoring the reality or hardships life brings, but choosing to focus on elements that uplift and support your well-being. This doesn't necessitate cutting out every pessimistic person, especially if they are close friends or family members, but it means consciously spending more time with those who energize you and less with those who drain you. As Seneca wisely noted, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Engaging with pessimists from a Stoic viewpoint involves showing empathy and understanding. Their outlook often stems from past experiences or deep-seated fears. Showing kindness and offering a different perspective can sometimes help lighten their view. However, it's crucial to safeguard your peace of mind. If someone consistently impacts your ability to remain balanced and positive, it may be necessary to limit your exposure to their negativity. Furthermore, encountering pessimism can be a chance to practice Stoic reflection. Question the validity of negative statements and consider alternative, more positive or neutral viewpoints. This exercise not only strengthens your resilience against negativity, but also enhances your ability to remain equanimous in challenging situations. Epictetus reminds us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By adopting a Stoic approach to dealing with pessimism, focusing on personal growth, maintaining a tranquil mind, and choosing your social environment wisely, you create a life less affected by the negativity of others. This promotes personal happiness and stability and makes you a beacon of positivity for those influenced by their own pessimistic tendencies. Navigating life's challenges with Stoic wisdom allows us to transcend negativity and foster a resilient, positive outlook. This mindset is not just beneficial for personal growth, but also serves as an inspiration to others, helping to create a more supportive and uplifting community. Stoicism, with its timeless principles, provides a robust framework for dealing with pessimism and other negative influences, ensuring that we remain steadfast and serene in the face of life's inevitable ebbs and flows. By embracing these teachings, we can lead more fulfilling lives, enriched with tranquility and resilience. 11. Dealing with people who like flattery. Engaging with people who thrive on flattery can be quite a challenge. These individuals often shower you with compliments and seem incredibly supportive when things are going well for you. But their presence and praise tend to disappear when times get tough, or there's nothing for them to gain. This inconsistency makes it difficult to trust their motives or establish a genuine connection with them. In Stoicism, a philosophy grounded in virtues such as sincerity, integrity, and mutual respect, we find valuable insights into dealing with such sycophantic behavior. Stoics believe that authentic relationships are built on a foundation of honesty and reciprocity. These connections should not depend on one's status, success, or what one party can gain from the other. Instead, they should be based on mutual respect for each other's character and a genuine interest in each other's well-being. When dealing with sycophants, it's crucial to recognize the superficial nature of their interactions. A Stoic approach involves observing their behavior without immediate judgment, but with a mindful awareness of the potential lack of depth in the relationship. This awareness helps you protect yourself from potential emotional exploitation and focus on developing relationships that are more truly reciprocal and grounded in real affection and respect. Moreover, engaging with sycophants offers a unique opportunity to practice Stoic principles of emotional detachment and indifference to flattery. Stoics teach that we should remain indifferent to external validations that do not genuinely reflect our true selves. This practice helps cultivate self-reliance, where your sense of worth and validation comes from within, based on your virtues and actions, rather than from external praises motivated by self-interest. While it may be tempting to dismiss sycophants entirely, Stoicism also encourages us to respond with kindness and understanding. Often, sycophantic behavior stems from insecurities or a misguided understanding of how to form meaningful connections. By modeling authentic and respectful behaviors and gently encouraging these traits in others, you can help guide those around you toward more sincere interactions. Consider this. Have you ever had a colleague who was always full of praise when you were successful but vanished when you needed support? Perhaps they always had something nice to say when you were the center of attention but seemed uninterested or distant during your challenging times. Such experiences can be disheartening and may lead you to question the sincerity of their friendship. This is precisely where Stoic wisdom comes into play. By recognizing the superficial nature of their praise and remaining indifferent to it, you can maintain your emotional balance and focus on what truly matters: your own growth and integrity. Let's take a modern-day example. Imagine you're working in a competitive corporate environment where success often attracts a lot of attention. During a particularly successful project, you notice a coworker who frequently compliments your work, offers help, and seems genuinely interested in your ideas. However, when the project hits a rough patch, their enthusiasm wanes, and they start distancing themselves from you. This situation might lead you to feel unsupported and question their motives. By applying Stoic principles, you can navigate this scenario more effectively. Recognize that their behavior may not be aligned with genuine friendship or professional support. Instead of feeling disheartened, use this as an opportunity to practice emotional detachment from their flattery. Focus on your own values and the quality of your work, rather than seeking validation from others. By doing so, you build resilience and maintain your integrity, regardless of external circumstances. Furthermore, you can respond to such individuals with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that their behavior might stem from their own insecurities or a lack of understanding of how to build meaningful connections. By demonstrating authentic and respectful behavior yourself, you might inspire them to adopt a more sincere approach in their interactions with others. Here's an open-ended question to ponder. How do you typically respond to people who only seem supportive when things are going well? Reflecting on this can help you better understand your own reactions and how you might apply Stoic principles in similar situations. In conclusion, dealing with sycophants can be challenging, but it also provides a valuable opportunity to practice Stoic virtues. By recognizing the superficial nature of their praise, maintaining emotional detachment, and responding with kindness and understanding, you can protect your own integrity and focus on building more genuine and reciprocal relationships. Remember, your sense of worth should come from within, grounded in your virtues and actions, rather than from external validation. This approach not only strengthens your character but also fosters a more sincere and supportive community around you. As we close today's discussion on the 11 types of people you should never tolerate, through the lens of Stoicism, it's important to reflect on how these insights can transform our lives. The essence of Stoicism lies in fostering a serene mind, cultivating resilience, and practicing virtue in our everyday interactions. By identifying and understanding these types of people, we can better guard our tranquility and focus on nurturing relationships that uplift and support our growth. The journey of a Stoic isn't just about enduring life's challenges, but about navigating them with grace and wisdom. Whether it's dealing with toxic behaviors, manipulative individuals, or those who drain our energy, recognizing these traits allows us to set healthy boundaries and preserve our mental and emotional well-being. As Seneca wisely said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This doesn't mean isolating ourselves, but rather being discerning about who we allow into our inner circle. Incorporating Stoic principles into our daily lives helps us to maintain a balanced perspective. We learn to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, and this discernment guides us in making better choices about our relationships. It's about cultivating an environment where virtue can thrive, free from unnecessary drama and negativity. Think about the energy you expend on relationships that don't serve your growth. Imagine redirecting that energy towards people who inspire you, who challenge you to be your best self, and who support your journey towards wisdom and tranquility. This shift in focus is not just beneficial but essential for anyone seeking to live a life aligned with Stoic ideals. It's also crucial to recognize that we, too, have a responsibility to be the type of person others would want to associate with. Stoicism teaches us to look inward, to examine our own behaviors and attitudes. Are we living up to the standards we set for others? Are we embodying the virtues we seek in our relationships? Self-reflection and continuous self-improvement are at the heart of Stoic practice. As we part ways today, I encourage you to take these lessons to heart. Evaluate your relationships through the lens of Stoicism, and make conscious choices that enhance your life and contribute to your personal growth. Remember, the goal isn't to judge or condemn others, but to foster a life of virtue and wisdom. Before you go, I'd like to invite you to take an active role in our community. If you found this discussion insightful and valuable, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps us reach more people who can benefit from these teachings. Don't forget to share this video with friends or family who might find it useful. By spreading the wisdom of Stoicism, we can collectively create a more enlightened and harmonious world. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, Stoic in Your Life, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. We're committed to bringing you content that not only informs, but also inspires you to live a life of virtue and resilience. Our next video will delve even deeper into Stoic principles and how you can apply them to navigate life's complexities with calm and clarity. Thank you for being a part of our community and for your ongoing support. Together, let's continue to explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and make it a guiding force in our lives. Stay wise, stay resilient, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep practicing virtue and maintain your tranquility amidst the chaos. In the spirit of wisdom and growth, let's embrace the teachings of Stoicism, not just as a philosophy but as a way of life. Let's be discerning in our associations, strive for continuous self-improvement, and cultivate relationships that foster mutual respect and understanding. This journey is not just about avoiding negative influences, but about creating a life filled with positive, uplifting connections. Thank you once again for joining us. Your presence and participation make this community what it is. A sanctuary for those seeking to navigate life's ebbs and flows with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. Stay tuned for more enriching content. And as always, stay wise and see you next time.